in a test on electric bulbs, it was found that it was found that the lifetime of a particular brand was distributed normally with an average life of 2000 hours 2000 hours and standard deviation of 60 hours. If a firm purchase 2500 bulbs, find the number of bulbs find the number of bulbs that are likely to last for first one more than 2100 hours, second one less than 1950 hours, third one between 1900 to 2100 hours. This is the question. Now let us start the solution. Average of life 2000 hours they have given. Average means mean. So mu is equal to 2000 and the standard deviation that we will denote it by sigma, that is they have given 60 hours. So next standard normal variate, that we will call it as a Z, that is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma. So x we don't know, mu value is 2000 divided by sigma value is 60. First one they have given more than 2100 hours. So here also to find x greater than 2100 we have to find if x is equal to 2100, z is equal to 2100 minus 2000 divided by 60. So 100 by 60. So here we get 5 by 3. 5 by 3. So we get 1.67 as a value for 5 by 3. Now P of x greater than 2100, that we can write as P of z greater than 1.67. We have the value P of z greater than or equal to 0 minus P of 0 less than or equal to less than z less than 1.67, because here only greater than is there. So P of z greater than or equal to 0 means 0.5. This is the general value. This I will write it as a minus 5 of 1.67. 0.4525. So here I write 0.5 as it is minus 0.4525. So 475. Now here they asked us to find if a firm purchase 2500 bulbs. What is the number of bulbs? Means here we can write, therefore, number of bulbs that are likely to last for more than 2100 hours is equal to 2500 into 0.0475. 18.75. Here approximation they asked, so we can write 119. The value as a 119. Next, second one, less than 1950 hours. So here also, to find x less than 1950. If x is equal to 1950, z is equal to 1950 minus 2000 divided by 60. So here we get 50 by 60. So minus 5 by 6, that is equal to minus 0.83. So here P of x less than 1950, that is equal to P of z less than minus 0.83. By symmetric property we can write P of z greater than 0.83. That is equal to P of z greater than or equal to 0 minus P of 0 less than z less than 0.83. So 0.5 minus pi of 0.83. 0.2967. What is the subtraction? 0.5 minus 0.2967. 0.2033. This is the value. Now again we have to calculate for the 2500. So number of bulbs that are likely to last for less than 1950 hours. 2500 into 0.2033. 508.25, not 8. Approximation we can write 508. Next, third one, between, that problem is between 1900 to 2100. So how we have to write? To find P of 1900 less than x less than 200. 2 is equal to 1900. Z is equal to 1900 minus, so here minus 100 divided by 60. So again 5 by minus 5 by 3. So we get minus 1.67. If x is equal to 2100, so z is equal to minus 2000 divided by 60. So 100 by 60, 5 by 3. So we get 1.67. Now P of 1900 less than x less than 2100 is equal to P of minus 1.67 less than z less than 1.67. Use the symmetric property. Again 2 into less than 1.67. So we can write 2 into 5 of 1.67. So in the first problem, we already found the value for 1.67. So directly we can write 2 into 0.4525, 0.905. So again, therefore, number of bulbs that are likely to last between 1900 to 2100 hours is 2500 into 0.905. 0.905. 2000, yes, 262.5. So we can write 2063. This of 100 battery cells, sample of 100 battery cells tested to find the length of life produced the following results. Produce the following results. X bar is equal to 12 hours. Here X bar is nothing but the mean. So sometimes they will give in the form of X bar. Sigma is equal to 3 hours. Assuming the data to be normally distributed, what percentage of battery cells are expected to have life first one more than 15 hours, second one less than 6 hours, third one between 10 to 14 hours. Sometimes, as I told, when they won't provide the normal distribution table sheets, they used to give the values in the on the question paper only. So here they have mentioned A of 1. A of 1 is equal to 0.3413. A of 1 is equal to 0.3413. 0.3413. Again, A of 2 is equal to 0.4772. 4772. A of 0.67 is 0.2487. Now, we will write the given data by given. So instead of mu, they have mentioned in the form of X bar. We will write X bar is equal to 12, sigma is equal to 3, and standard normal deviate is X minus X bar divided by sigma. So first one, when X is equal to 15, more than 15, means Z is equal to 15 minus 12 divided by 3. There we get 1. So P of X more than means greater than 15. That is equal to P of Z greater than 1. So P of Z greater than or equal to 0 minus P of 0 less than Z less than 1. So P of Z greater than or equal to 0 is value 0.5 minus here 5 of 1. But in the place of 5 they have given A of 1. So we can write 0.5 minus A of 1. That is A of 1 value is 0.3413. So 587. Now they asked the sample for 100 battery cells. Therefore, percentage of battery cells, that is equal to 100 into 0.1587 is 1587. Next, second one, here when x is equal to 6, so z is equal to 6 minus 12 divided by 3, so we get minus 2. So P of x less than minus 6, that is equal to P of z less than minus 2. By applying the symmetric yes,
It is 15.87, ma'am.
15.87. Yes, okay. 15.87. Yeah, 15.87. Next, in the second one, we have to apply the symmetric property. So P of Z greater than 2, that is equal to P of Z greater than or equal to 0 minus P of 0 less than Z less than 2. So 0.5 minus A of 2. We know the value of A of 2, 0.4772. That is 0.0228. So again, percentage of battery cells is equal to 100 into 0.0228. Yes, 2.28. Next, third one. So when x is equal to 10, z is equal to 10 minus 12 divided by 3. So minus 2 by 3 is minus 0.67. When x is equal to 14. So z is equal to 14 minus 12 divided by 3, that is 2 by 3, that is equal to 0.67. So P of 10 less than x less than 14 is equal to P of minus 0.67 less than z less than 0.67. So apply the property 2 into P of 0 less than z less than 0.67. So 2 into A of 0.67. So already they have mentioned here 0.67 value 0.2487. What is, yes, 0.4974. Percentage of battery cells, that is equal to 100 into 0.4974, that is equal to 0.74. Yes, this is the solution of this problem. The IQ of students, the IQ of students in a certain college, is assumed to be normally distributed with mean 100 and variance 25. If two students are selected at random, find the probability that first one, both of them have IQ, both of them have IQ between 102 and 110. Second one, at least one of them have IQ between 102 and 110. Third one, at most one of them have IQ between 102 and 110. So here first we write the mean 100, variance we will write it as a sigma square 25, but we need standard deviation. Standard deviation means sigma, means root of sigma square means sigma, root of 25 is 5. Now we want standard normal variate, that is x minus mu divided by sigma. So x minus 100 divided by 5. Now first one, if x is equal to 102. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If x is equal to 102, z is equal to 102 minus 100 divided by 5. So 2 by 5. Value we will get is 0.4. If x is equal to 110, so z is equal to 110 minus 100 divided by 5. So 10 by 5, that is 2. So first one, P of 102 less than x less than 100, that is equal to P of 0.4 less than z less than 2. So we can write P of 0 less than or equal to z less than or equal to 2 minus P of 0 less than or equal to z less than or equal to 0.4. So here phi of 2 minus phi of 0.4. 0.4772. What is the value? 0.1554. That is 0.3218. Therefore, both of them have IQ between 102 and 110 is equal to 0.3218 whole square because of two students. So what is 0.1035? Next, second one, at least one of them have IQ. So for this we can write at least one of them, that is equal to 1 minus P of none of them. This is the formula, general formula, 1 minus p of none of them. That is equal to 1 minus, for p of none of them, we have to write 1 minus p of iq between 102 less than x less than 110 for 2 students. So I will write whole square. So 1 minus 1 minus p of 102 less than x less than 1. Yes, here make a correction, 110. 110, the value I have got here. I had the value I have got here, 0.3218 whole square. So how much we will get for 1 minus 0.3218 whole square? 0.4599, that is equal to 0.5400. Next, third one, at most one of them. At most one of them. That means 1 minus both of them. At least means none of them. Here 1 minus p of both of them. That is equal to 1 minus, for both of them we have got the answer 0.1035. So 1 minus 0.1035 is equal to 0.8965.